What is going on, everybody? My name is Japes, and welcome to another episode of my Path to Power. We're on episode number 73, and as you can see on the screen, everybody has sold on. I did what I do a lot of times on my main account, and that's just list stuff for 150 coins because I cannot be asked to wait. I want the coins, and I want them now, but I know we are going to be flying through this so quickly. At least the squad building part right here, and that's because I don't want this to take too long, but I want to show you guys everything, and this is essentially speed building, I guess is the way that I look at this, because this squad will be built from conception, where I thought, hey, this might be a fun team to build, all the way through to actually building it in probably 20 minutes. And so that's how we're going about doing this. And I used Foothead to essentially, once I thought, hey, this squad might work, to tweak it a little bit to make sure we have 9 chemistry everywhere. And you'll see at the end as I'm building it that I have a little bit of trouble getting the right chemistry. But I'm going through, picking out cards. We picked up Danny. He was our first buy. We pick up Lucas. He is our second buy. So we've got 2 of our center mids. As you can see, we're playing that 4-3-3 formation this time. Go out, pick up Neymar as well, 140,000 coins. Didn't realize he was set as a left forward, but there's a glitch where he can still get 9 chemistry. But I'm going to buy a left forward, a left wing card, frankly, just because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to squad, and I hate not having players in the right position. I hate not having players at 9 chemistry, and so that's why I'll go ahead and do that. But we also have Lastiara in there as well, so you guys can probably guess who some of the other players are going to be in this squad. If I've got Danny at the right center mid spot, odds are I'm going to be having his Zenit teammate Hulk up top in front of him, and we go out and buy him 24,000 coins for the Brazilian attacker. So we've got Hulk, we've got Neymar, we've got Lucas, we've got a lot of the young Brazilian nationals, and I went out and I bought Samuel Eto'o to play the striker spot. Now, I'm not totally familiar with the 4-3-3 formation yet. I did use the formation in my deck decider episode, but it's a formation that I want to learn because it's a formation I very much enjoy watching in real life, and it's kind of something that I'd like to translate over to FIFA. So I'd like to be able to get a little bit stronger with this formation and with the combos, because it's just something that I can add to my arsenal, because when you play in head-to-head stuff, you are put with the team, and that team's personnel is not always going to fit the formation that you want to play. Mind you, when I play clubs, I still play the 3-5-2, at least for right now. But playing with the 4-3-3 is kind of one of those things that I want to look at, because it does give you the opportunity to do some skills on isolated players on the wings, get some nice combo passes working to the inside. And one of the things that I think is going to be really important, and I kind of took a look at briefly, and that's why the squad will have to be tweaked probably coming up a little bit here as well, is the player work rates. And what I'm talking about is every player in the game has an attacking work rate and a defensive work rate built in. In head-to-head, you can change that work rate, but in Ultimate Team, you cannot. So a player's default work rate matters to an extreme extent in certain formations. Now, what I'm talking about is essentially the center mids. Now, I wanted to have at least one center mid, and that's generally the central one, to be my holding midfielder. And to do that, he's going to need a high defensive work rate. I don't know what Lasana Diarra's attacking work rate is, but I know that he's got a high defensive work rate. And so I'm hoping that he'll be able to stay back, protect my 2 center backs, and be able to essentially shut down anything that comes through the midfield. One of the cool things about the 4-3-3 formation is how you can shift in pressure. And what I kind of mean by this is you're able to use some of the custom, I guess, tactics in FIFA. And if you go high pressure with a 4-3-3, it's not really a bad thing, because your players can shift so well, and you essentially are left and allotted a free man in the midfield that can kind of go around, and that's the CDM, and intercept things. And I see that Lucas is still only on 7 chem. I was kind of shocked. I thought he was going to be able to be on well, obviously I'm still missing a left back, but I thought that he would be able to be on 9 chem with just using a BPL left back. He was not. And as you can see, we picked up the informed Laurent Koscielny. That has nothing to do with the game yesterday. That just has everything to do with the fact that I wanted to try out an informed card and an informed center back at that. I could have gone back and gone Sako, Yanga Mbiwa, and Mendanda in net, but I thought, hey, let's have a little bit of fun here, and let's go David Luiz, informed Koscielny, and Hugo Lloris in goal, and that is the way that we are going to play this squad out. So across the back, we're going to have Avine, I'm not quite sure what his name is. But I picked him up for 1,500 coins. Pretty darn solid Brasilver left back. And so if you need a cheaper option at left back than some of the more expensive Brasilver ones, he is a player to go and check out. Koscielny, gonna be interested to see how he actually plays out in this side. Obviously, I wanted to use Kabul and Koscielny in, together in combination with Lloris, but because that doesn't get me the right chemistry, or didn't seem to give me the right chemistry, though I'm looking at it right now, and it seemed like it did for a second. But we're up at 97, so things are a little bit off there. We're going to go ahead and go out and buy David Luiz just to get a little bit more of a Brazilian connection for Lucas, because I would like to use him. If I don't like the way Lucas plays, I'll either go out and buy Jadson or I'll go out and buy Gonzo. And that's mainly just because those are two of the other kind of attack-minded midfielders that I want to be able to get into the attack to 1-2 combo play with Neymar and off of Edo. Now, Danny, I'm sure will get into the attack as well. And his work rates, I believe he's medium attack and low defense. So I don't really expect him to get back a ton. But I also don't expect him to get involved in the attack loads, especially on counters and stuff. And now I can use that and make him get into the attack more with a left bumper pass. But we get things started against our next opponent. He did not have a very good 4-2-3-1 Brazilian side. And so this is a great little warm-up match in the Gold Cup to begin with. And we go straight away off a kickoff. Edo takes a touch inside. And how about that for a finish? Sneaks it inside the near post. Fantastic stuff from the man from Cameroon and the Anzi Machakala striker. Now, obviously, there's a chance I could have mispronounced that, but I think it's not. It's kind of close to what it's supposed to be. Machakala, maybe. I don't know. It's not Machakalaka, as some people like to say. I do try to do my best with names and pronunciations. But shortly after, 21st minute here, and we're on the move again. It's Hulk trying to, essentially taking his space and moving outside. Now, one of the things I'm nervous about is Edo isn't exactly a very big guy, and if I get in situations where I need to cross, he's not going to be the most stellar, and so possibly moving Hulk inside will be an option. Switching Edo and Hulk mid-game could be something to look at, but Edo, fantastic finish again. A little bit of body feint step over work to cut inside. That gives us the early 2-0 lead, and at this point I started playing with some skills and stuff because my defense felt extremely solid in this match. That's how it's going to end, though, 2-0. I'll show you guys the match stats briefly just to give you guys an idea of what it looked like. Let me know if you guys like seeing match facts and all that sort of stuff, because it gives you, I guess, more of a feel of how the game actually played out. But there are the details. Didn't allow a shot on goal. Only 5% possession in my final third, which is always a telling stat. Anyways, guys, if you did enjoy this match, or this episode, a like or thumbs up is always greatly appreciated. Other than that, my name is Japes, and I will catch you all next time.